Just some black nerd, St. Patrick, and we got our Death Note one shot today. And if this ain't the look of a fuck boy, I don't know what to tell you. But looks can be deceiving. And if you haven't read the chapter, go read the chapter. Come back here. All right, did you pick the chapter? Okay, so Death Note was one of the. It was one of the very first series I got into, the anime and the manga. Actually, I started with the anime and then finished with the manga. And just because of that, it's always gonna hold. It's gonna feel nostalgic for me. So it felt good, kind of seeing that art style and just seeing the whole Death Note stuff again. And we see Ryuk, we see Nier, and some of the police force. And this takes place after Light's death, and we meet a new character named Nobu. Who I could be wrong, but basically he's the new holder of the Death Note, and what am I about to say that? He's the new holder of the Death Note, and he's actually he's a smart kid. He does quizzes, does puzzles, and that's why Ryuk is kind of attracted to him. And I think this time we get a different view of the Death Note, as we see Light basically wanted to use it for, evil, kill people. And this character here, he got the Death Note. He wanted to sell it. And his plan actually works. Like, he's actually smart. He kind of thought everything through. He told Ryuk to kind of give him 2 years. He gave Ryuk the book. Like, come back in 2 years. Ryuk came back, so he had basically everything planned out to sell the Death Note, and basically he was just trying to secure the bag, which he did. And Nier actually admits that he took the L for this, and Nier is actually L because he took out the mantle, kind of like 007. And his plan was actually flawless. He sold it for, I think, so a lot of zeros. I think $1 trillion to not Donald Trump, and the president of the not United States. And basically, what they thought he was gonna do was take that $1 trillion, but what he did instead was he took all that money and divided it up to everyone under 60 years old. So basically, everyone got I think either a million or a billion yen, who was with a certain bank. And the Shinigami King, he caught hold of this. And basically, he was salty, preying on your downfall types. And right after Manobu sold the book to not Donald Trump, they made a new rule in the Death Note that whoever would sell the Death Note dies as soon as the transaction is made, and the person who buys it dies once they receive the book. And Ryu kind of let not Donald Trump know this, that the minute he touches the book, he dies. And not Donald Trump being not Donald Trump, is he chose his life over the country. And he didn't take the book because Ryuk said, if you don't take the book, I won't look at it as you buying it, but you did lose your $1 trillion. So we kind of see that Trump didn't take the book, and sadly for Manobu, because he still technically sold it, got the money for him and everyone else, he ended up dying, the old school heart attack in the middle of class. And this cure was actually praised for basically helping out everyone in the economy. So it was a good little one shot. I actually wouldn't mind seeing different one shots of different people with the Death Note. Although I guess there's kind of a limit to what you can do with it. I think this chapter kind of showed that whatever you do, good, bad, with the Death Note, it's gonna end bad for you. So if you ever come across a Death Note, your best bet is to just nope, right back to Ryuk. And even still, that might be bad for you. But like I said, it felt good. Seeing just an old chapter. I mean, not an old chapter, but just an old series that I hold dear to me. And on that note, maybe we'll get something in the future. I don't know. But like I said, on that note, just some black nerd, St. Patrick. It is what it is.